Hey everyone, this video is primarily for the Soundbrenner people, whoever's in charge of the Pulse and the Soundbrenner app. Also, this is for anybody who's considering buying one of these vibrating metronome things. I just picked one up recently. I thought it was a super cool idea. I saw an ad for it on YouTube and I was just immediately like, I gotta try this. This looks cool. I would love to be able to practice to a metronome without having to listen to an annoying click. So I bought it, got here, charged it up, turned it on, hooked it up to my phone, and I was just really disappointed. Like, for one, the vibrations are not nearly as strong as they ought to be. Like, even on the maximum vibration strength with the maximum duration, I could barely feel it as I'm playing guitar. It's probably even worse for a drummer, but I haven't tried it with drums yet. So that's disappointing. But mostly it's the timekeeping that is a huge letdown. And at first I thought it was just me. Like I thought it was all in my head because it works fine when it's not hooked up to my phone, and I still have a hard time keeping time with it. But once it's hooked up to the phone, something changes, and it just doesn't keep time at all. And I had this sensation, and I thought it might be on my head, so I did a scientific experiment to find out. And the way I did that was I hooked up my guitar, I set it down on my lap, and put the Soundbrenner on top of the strings, like right above the pickup while it was running. And so it would just vibrate against the string and make this sound. And then I created a bass line metronome at the same tempo. In this case, it's 100 beats per minute. And, I moved it around. Line up the first click with the Soundbrenner, and let's see if it stays in time. And you can see right here, it just glitched out. It was in time, and then it glitched out, and now the Soundbrenner is late. And I recorded about 5 minutes of this just to see, how many times does it glitch. And it glitches out like once every 30 seconds. You're going to see soon it's going to glitch out again, and then it'll be back in time with the metronome, and then it'll, like 10 seconds later, it'll be out of time. So, I mean, I don't know why it does this. I did a similar test just like this without the Soundbrenner Pulse hooked up to my phone, and there it is. You see it's like back on top of the metronome right here, and now it's late again. I tried it without being hooked up to the phone, and it was fine. There was like some drift. It wasn't quite exactly 100 beats per minute, but it was like once I got my click calibrated to the actual tempo that it was putting out, it was consistent. And then as soon as I hook it up to my phone, it turns to garbage. I don't know why this is. My guess is when it's running by itself, it just has parameters set on the machine and it just goes. But then when you hook it up to your phone, it's no longer operating autonomously. It is taking signal by signal from your Android device, well, or whatever. I'm running Android. It seems like it's just taking signal by signal, like the app is telling it vibrate now, vibrate now, vibrate now. But coming from my phone, the app running on top of an operating system and then using some kind of Bluetooth hardware or whatever, it just seems like that whole configuration is extremely unreliable. So that's why it just glitches out all the time. That's just like my phone deciding that something else that it's doing is more important than having this Soundbrenner do its thing. So really disappointed. I mean, I can still configure the device. I can set the tempo, I could set the time signature and the pulse strength and all that stuff, whatever, and then disconnect my phone from the device and have it play unconnected, and it seems to do okay without that. But the main appeal of this whole setup was that you could get multiple Soundbrenner Pulse devices and hook them up to the same phone and have them all in sync. That would be like a super cool thing to try out in a band. Have everybody play with the same click, everybody hears it or feels it, but you don't have to buy all this crazy hardware to have everybody wearing headphones and then You have to deal with the fact that people are listening to a click and not listening to the music that they're playing. You know, accomplishing that without in-ear monitors and a whole bunch of other gear is like impossible. So I thought Soundbrenner Pulse would be a cool thing to accomplish essentially the same thing. And it's a cool idea to just be able to play to a click without having to listen to an annoying click. But having to connect my phone, change the settings, and then disconnect my phone over and over again, that's just you guys just should have made the thing with buttons on it. I would much rather just press buttons on the device to set the tempo, and press buttons to change the vibration intensity, and press buttons to turn the LED off, because that's unnecessary. Like, I can't do any of that without hooking it up to the app. And while it's hooked up to the app, it's unusable. So, you guys need to figure this out. I'm probably going to return this thing and wait for the next generation, because it's a super cool idea, but you guys just rushed the development of this, and you did not beta test this correctly, and you put it out before it was ready. So, uh, thanks for watching. Hope this technology gets better, because this is a super cool idea, and I really wish it would work, but I'm disappointed. So, thanks for watching.